There comes a time in every man's life when courage isn't found in lifting heavy weights or pushing through pain, it's found in asking the right questions. At 60 and beyond, your health isn't just about numbers on a report, it's about your peace, your dignity, and your right to live life on your own terms. Too often, men are rushed into medical tests that promise security but deliver anxiety, confusion, and sometimes unnecessary harm. You've earned the wisdom to pause, to ask, is this test truly necessary? Because not every procedure is a path to healing, some are a doorway to fear. The truth is, real strength comes from knowing your body, listening to your intuition, and choosing health with intention. This stage of life is sacred. It's not about surviving, it's about thriving with clarity, calm, and control. Don't let fear guide your medical choices, let understanding lead the way. Everber why man deserves to live with confidence, not confusion. Remember, your life's value isn't measured in test results, it's written in the moments you still here to live, love, and inspire. Protect your body with knowledge, your mind with truth, and your spirit with peace. Not every medical test adds value. Question before you consent. In a world where medicine has become a business, and fear has become a marketing tool, too many men over 60 are being guided not by genuine care, but by systems that thrive on their uncertainty. You see, the older you get, the more the world tries to convince you you're fragile, that every ache is a disease, that every year demands more tests, more scans, more pills. But the truth is, wisdom comes with age, and with it, the right to question, to pause, to breathe before you say yes. You have lived through decades of challenge, responsibility, and resilience. You've built families, careers, and dreams. Surely, you have also built enough understanding of your own body to know when something feels right and when it doesn't. The medical world often forgets that every test has a consequence. Some tests bring clarity, yes, but others bring anxiety, false alarms, and unnecessary interventions. A single number slightly out of range can send you down a spiral of appointments, medications, and worry that might not have been needed at all. Before agreeing to any test, ask, what will this result truly change? Will it help me live better, or will it only make me more afraid? The goal is not to reject medicine, but to build a partnership with it, a relationship where you are an active participant, not a passive subject. Because your health journey is yours, not theirs. At 60, 70, and beyond, your body speaks in whispers. It tells you what it needs: better rest, cleaner food, less stress, more laughter. Yet too often, these messages are drowned out by the noise of over-testing and over-diagnosis. Many men end up chasing illnesses they don't even have, spending precious time and energy on fear instead of fulfillment. Questioning a test doesn't mean you are being careless. It means you being wise. It means you refuse to let fear dictate your choices. Every man deserves the right to ask, is this test truly in my best interest? What happens if I wait, if I watch, if I focus on my daily habits instead of rushing into something invasive? Modern medicine can be miraculous, but it is not perfect. Tests can be wrong, results can be misinterpreted. Sometimes, doctors driven by protocol or precaution recommend procedures that may not align with what you truly need, and that's where your strength comes in. You are not powerless in this conversation. You can ask for a second opinion. You can request alternatives. You can take time to reflect before making a decision. The power of your health lies not in blind obedience, but in informed consent. Men often carry pride in being strong providers, but true strength now means protecting your peace. Means not allowing fear-based medicine to rob you of the joy you've earned. Ask yourself, is this test bringing me closer to wellness, or is it pulling me into worry? Is this test about me or about the system behind it? You are more than a patient. You are a living story of resilience, and that story deserves respect, not unnecessary intrusion. What truly matters at this age is balance, choosing what supports your mind, body, and soul. Real health doesn't live in hospital reports, it lives in your daily habits, what you eat, how you move, how you think, how you rest. It's in the laughter you spar hair with family, the morning sunlight you allow on your face, the gratitude you practice quietly. Tests cannot measure peace. They cannot measure joy. They cannot measure the life that still flows through you, even when your body slows down. So before you agree to another scan, another test, Anathaber, our lab result, pause. Ask for purpose. Ask for evidence. Ask if this path aligns with your goals for the years you have ahead. You have earned the right to live wisely. You have earned the right to question, because not every test adds value, but every decision made with awareness adds to your quality of LBRIFA. You are not getting weaker with age, you are becoming more intentional. Let that intention guide your choices. Protect your energy from unnecessary fear. Remember, medicine should heal, not haunt. It should empower, not confuse. Your body deserves respect, not routine. So take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am not a number on a chart. I am a life still unfolding, a soul still learning, a heart still beating with purpose. You owe it to yourself to ask the right questions, because your best years aren't behind you. They were waiting to be lived fully, freely, and fearlessly. True health IBR is found in awareness, not fear-driven decisions. It's born from the quiet moments when you listen to your body, when you choose understanding over panic, when you seek truth instead of reacting to fear. Too many men after 60 live in a constant state of medical anxiety, pressured to believe at every new symptom, every discomfort, every change is a threat. But real health does not come from chasing tests or fearing the worst. It comes from awareness, from knowing your body's rhythm and honoring its wisdom. Awareness is peace. Fear is noise. And if you want to truly live in this beautiful stabergy of life, you must learn to silence that noise. Medicine, for all its progress, has created a culture of fear. Commercials, clinics, and even conversations are filled with warnings that keep you on edge. Get tested now, act fast, wait. But rarely do they tell you that not every test saves a life, and not every diagnosis demands a battle. Awareness asks you to pause, to breathe, to question. It's not about ignoring your health. It's about understanding it deeply enough to know when action is needed and when peace is the better medicine. When you operate from fear, your body never rests. Your mind stays trapped in a loop of what-ifs. What if this pain means something serious? What if I missed something? What if I don't do enough? But when you live with awareness, you replace fear with focus. You notice how food makes you feel. You understand the difference between tiredness and IBR-illness, between stress and sickness. You start to see patterns instead of panicking over moments. Awareness gives you control not over every outcome, but over your response to it. And that's where true healing begins. You see, the human body is incredibly intelligent. It communicates constantly through fatigue, appetite, breath, and even emotion. But when fear takes over, those messages get lost. You stop trusting yourself and start depending solely on external validation. You hand over your intuition to charts, scans, and statistics. Awareness brings that trust back. It tells you you've lived long enough to understand what your body is trying to say. Listen. Don't rush. Don't let fear turn your strength into fragility. Men are often taught to be strong, to endure pain, to ignore feelings. But awareness asks for a different kind of strength, the courage to pay attention. The courage to notice small changes and respond with curiosity, not panic. The courage to seek knowledge, not simply answers. Because knowledge calms the mind, fear clouds it. Awareness teaches you to ask your doctor questions, to understand the why behind every recommendation, and to weigh the benefits against the costs. It makes you an equal partner in your care, not a silent follower. When you approach health with awareness, you also approach life with gratitude. You stop fearing aging and start respecting it. You realize that getting older is not a countdown to decline it, as an invitation to live more consciously. You start eating with intention, resting with purpose, and moving with appreciation. You recognize that real wellness isn't just the absence of disease, but the presence of harmony between your body, your thoughts, and your spirit. Fear-driven decisions, on the other hand, steal the harmony. They push you into unnecessary worry, into choices made out of pressure rather than understanding. They make you a victim of what-if scenarios that never happen. And every time you let fear lead, you lose a little bit of your peace. Awareness restores that peace. It reminds you that health is not found in panic but in patience, not in constant testing but in consistent care. The truth is, the most powerful medicine you have is awareness itself. It prevents more illnesses than any pill, detects more truth than any test, and brings more calm than any reassurance from another person. When you LBRIve with awareness, you start to see your body not as something fragile, but as something resilient. You stop fighting it and start working with it. You understand that healing isn't just physical it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. So as you walk through this chapter of life, let awareness be your guide. Don't let fear rush you into decisions you don't understand. Don't let it make you believe that your body is your enemy. Instead, build a relationship with it, learn its language, honor its signals, and when challenges come, as they sometimes will, face them with clarity, not chaos. Because awareness allows you to see beyond the immediate worry to the deeper truth, that you are still in control, still capable, still strong. True health isn't found in the number of tests you take or the number of pills you re-prescribed. It's found in the quiet, steady knowledge that you are aware of how you live, how you feel, how you choose. And that awareness will always lead you toward peace, strength, and a life lived with purpose, rather than fear. Protect your peace as fiercely as your body. It's part of your healing. In a world that glorifies busyness, fear, and endless medical interventions, peace has become one of the rarest forms of medicine. Yet it is also one of the most powerful. You can eat the best foods, take every supplement, and follow every doctor's instruction, but if your mind is drowning in anxiety, if your heart is burdened by stress, your body will struggle to heal. Peace is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It is the calm center from which your strength, your resilience, and your clarity grow. Especially after 60, when your body has carried decades of effort, worry, and responsibility, protecting your peace becomes as vital as protecting your physical health. When you are at peace, your body relaxes, your blood pressure stabilizes, your digestion improves, and your immune system strengthens. But when you are restless and fearful, every system in your body feels that tension. The heart beats faster, the muscles tighten, sleep becomes shallow, and even smaller discomforts feel heavier. True healing cannot exist in chaos. It requires stillness, a kind of gentle surrender where you allow your body and mind to work together instead of against each other. Protecting your peace means creating space for that stillness, no matter what the world around you NDs. Too often, men are told to stay strong and keep pushing through. They bury their emotions, suppress their stress, and carry invisible weights for years. But strength isn't about how much you can carry, it's about knowing when to set things down. You cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. You cannot find peace if your days are filled with noise, pressure, and worry. Sometimes, the most courageous thing you can do is step away, take a breath, and give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Peace is deeply personal. It might mean spending time in quiet reflection, King in nature, or simply turning off the news that fuels your anxiety. It might mean forgiving someone or yourself for past mistakes. It might mean saying no to people or habits that drain you, even if you've tolerated them for years. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's self-respect. When our peace is disturbed, your energy scatters. When your peace is strong, your body feels safe enough to heal. That safety, emotional and mental, is the foundation of recovery, no matter what you are facing physically. The truth is, medical tests and treatments can only do so much. The rest is up to you, the environment you create inside your own mind. If you live in constant fear of disease, if you wake up every day expecting something to go wrong, your body will respond to that fear as if it's real. Stress hormones will rise, inflammation will increase, and your natural healing rhythm will be erupted. But if you choose peace, if you train your mind to stay calm even when uncertainty knocks at your door, you give your body permission to restore itself. Healing is not just about medicine, it's about mindset. A peaceful mind sends a powerful message to the body: you are safe now. That message alone can begin to reverse years of tension and fear. It allows blood to flow freely, breath to deepen, and energy to return. This is why protecting your peace is not optional, it's part of the cure. It's what transforms recovery from a fight into a renewal. Think of your peace as your most valuable asset, more precious than any possession. You have spent your life protecting your family, your home, your work. Now it's time to protect your inner world with the same devotion. Create boundaries that guard your serenity. Don't let every worry, every opinion, or every piece of bad news invade our spirit. Choose carefully what you give your attention to, because where your attention goes, your energy follows. Peace does not mean avoiding life's realities. It means facing them with calm and clarity. It's choosing to respond instead of react. It's learning to trust that your body is capable of healing, your heart is capable of joy, and your soul is capable of finding stillness even in storms. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can control what you carry within you. And that control, the ability to protect your peace, is one of the greatest forms of freedom.